BTS imagines when he can't sleep without you after an heated argument. Kim Namjoon. Namjoon didn't realize how quiet the apartment could feel until Yen wasn't beside him. The argument wasn't loud, but it was heavy. She said she felt alone lately. Now her side of the bed was empty. He turned toward her pillow, brushing his fingers over it, still warm, still carrying her scent. After nearly an hour, he got up and walked to the guest room. The door was slightly open. Yen, he said softly. She didn't answer, but she didn't look away either. He stepped closer and sat beside her. I can't sleep without you, he admitted. His voice was slow, vulnerable. The bed feels empty. I feel empty. Her expression softened just a little. I should have held you instead of explaining myself, he continued. I'm sorry. Slowly he leaned down and when she didn't pull away, he cupped her face and Kim Sok-jin. Jin stared at Ken's back, feeling unusually serious. The argument had been silly, but her silence afterward wasn't. She lay at the edge of the bed. Jin tried to ignore it. He couldn't. After several long minutes, he slowly moved closer and wrapped his arms around her. Yen, his voice wasn't playful now. It was soft, careful, no response. He pressed his forehead. I didn't mean to hurt you, he whispered. I was teasing. I forget something that my jokes can go too far. Her breathing changed. When he pulled back, he rested his forehead against her. I can't sleep without you in my arms. Then don't sleep without me, she whispered. He smiled softly and Yoongi. Yoongi isn't loud when he's upset. He's just quiet. Tonight the silence between him and Yan felt heavier than any argument. She chose the couch. He stayed in the bedroom. Pride kept him there for exactly 37 minutes. After that, he gave up. He walked into the. You are still awake? He said softly. So are you? He sat on the edge of the couch, running a hand through his hair. I can't sleep. Yoongi looked at her properly, then her lashes were slightly wet. His chest tightened. Without another word, I'm sorry, he murmured against her skin. I shouldn't have shut you out. Yan fingers gripped his sleeves. I hate sleeping without you, he admitted quietly. She sat up slowly. Then don't, she whispered. He stood and held his hand out. She took it back in the bedroom the second. Jung Hoseok. Hoseok tried to pretend he was fine. He wasn't. After the argument, Yan stayed in the living room. The room felt empty, too quiet, too still. He tossed around dramatically before sitting up with a frustrated sign. Nope. He cried. Yen looked up in surprise. He stood there with messy hairs and soft eyes. I can't sleep without my wife, he said gently. He walked closer, knelt in front of her, and took her hand. I'm sorry for raising my voice, he said sincerely. You don't deserve that. There's my Anne, he murmured, with her tucked under his chin, his arms around her waist. Hoseok finally relaxed. He fell asleep, smiling. Park Jimin. Jimin pretended to sleep when Yen entered the bedroom. He wasn't asleep. He was waiting. The argument replayed in his mind. That hurt because he thought he did. She lay down, leaving space between them, too much space. After a few minutes, he turned. Yen, silence. He moved closer anyway, gently brushing her shoulder. I can't sleep without holding you, he whispered. Kim Taehyung. Taehyung hated distance, especially from Yen. After their argument, she lay on the far edge of the bed. He stared at her back dramatically. This is torture, he whispered to himself. Slowly he scooted closer, then closer, until he wrapped his arms and her waist. She didn't move. With her tucked against his chest, his hand resting over her heart, he finally drifted off. Chan Jungkook. Jungkook tried to stay stubborn, he really did, but Yen's sleeping turned away from him felt wrong. After 15 restless minutes, he moved closer. Carefully, his arm slipped around her waist. Yen, he whispered, no answer. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos.